Howdy y'all, welcome back to Elementally Intuitive Movement 101. I am Mar, and here we are back at level O, focusing on adaptation. So our feet are stationary, and what has that been doing? We've been adapting to having stationary feet. It's been training our bodies to maintain the best alignment of our feet to our knees so that we can better support our knees as we're moving. We've been adapting to that, having that stable base and what that feels like. We've been adapting to hinging at our hips as we're changing and moving through space, remembering to support our spines with that hip hinge. That's been an adaptation, especially if we weren't used to it initially. How else have we been adapting? Center. We've been adapting to holding ourselves up and maintaining our bodies upright as we're moving through space and following our guides that are our arms. We've been adapting to breathing through our noses, slowing down our breath, consciously thinking about it. And like with our last section, our spheres of awareness, we get to think about these different things, these different aspects. And so we've been adapting to the practice of maintaining our bodies in motion as we're thinking about other stuff. We've been adapting to the process of witnessing our autopilots in action and how they support our bodies as we move through space and explore our spheres. The goal of EIM is to teach us to be adaptable. And the way that we're doing that is through constantly giving ourselves different motion and movement. Instead of doing the same repetitive exercises over and over and over again that our bodies can adapt to, we are changing it up. Every day, our EIM is a different practice. So our bodies never adapt to the movements that we're doing, but they are adaptable to change and to getting to move in different ways every time we practice. What we keep the same is the structure, right? It's our breath, holding ourselves up, hinging at the hip, maintaining the foot-knee orientation. That's the most important part, because that's the structural foundation that our bodies need to have in order to best support our motion, movement, whatever it is that we're doing. Effective breath affects everything. That oxygen is important. The CO2 is important. The nitric oxide that we produce inside our nasal cavities, that's important. Maintaining a slower breath rate so that our nervous systems perceive that we're calm, recognizing that we're safe, is important. Simply changing our breath rate can help us change our perspective on life in the moment. Because it changes how our nervous systems interpret the information that's coming in. That's important. We're adapting to the awareness of this and recognizing that. And recognizing that sometimes, even though we know this, we still react. And that's okay. That's part of the process of human. We drop a ball, we pick it up again. So now as we're practicing our level O, we're still doing the basics of what is AIM, is mobilization. We're mobilizing our bodies. But we're thinking about how this AIM assists us in the process of adapting to change in our lives. Because we're training ourselves to choose change on a daily basis. In a very simple, gentle way. Just how we move our bodies. And adapting to those changes that we've decided to give it. Like changing the environments that we're in. Changing the angle that we're working at. Right now I'm working at an angle versus working on flat ground. That increases my challenge. It changes how I'm moving because I have to adapt to the change in my environment. And I've chosen to do it because I can. By practicing being adaptable, we are more able to adapt to whatever life throws at us as we're navigating through our spheres and through our worlds. And so there we go. Level O. Adaptation. You don't ever have to do what I'm doing. How I move is the way my vessel enjoys moving. What's most important is inhale through your nostrils, filter. Inhale slowly for that nitric oxide buildup. Pause at the exhale to build up CO2 tolerance. At the end of the exhale. Hold yourself up from your center. Support your spine with a hinge. Support your knees with foot orientation. Maintain your planes. Explore curvilinear or rectilinear motion. And have fun while you're doing it. Because that is also part of the therapy. So there we are, level O. Thank you so much. Elementally Intuitive Movement 101. And then the next session we will have level 1, focusing on finding our centers, thinking about, again, adaptation. Have a wonderful, whenever you may be, whenever, however you choose, you decide. Fun is something that we create through our perspective. Try it. You like it.